Hello, welcome back to my channel. This is the Mindset Mentor podcast with Anna Song. I am your host. In the interest of those of you who may just be joining this channel or coming here for the first time, the Mindset Mentor podcast is just a tool to help you make that little adjustment that you may want to make from the negative mindset to the positive mindset to help accelerate you to your place of greatness. I like to use this opportunity to say thank you for being around my channel. I sincerely appreciate you. Should you like my video at the end of the day, kindly give it a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel. Become a part of this upcoming community, please. Okay, so today we are going to be talking about attitude. Now, the topic today is going to be called Attitude is Everything. It is true that we have read about this phrase before, attitude is everything, or heard about it, attitude is everything. I'd like to start with what attitude is. What is attitude? A lot of people will tell you attitude is some kind of ego, but I like to tell you that attitude is a person's general disposition to life. How do you look at things? What's your perception about life? What do you think about life? And what do you think about the things surrounding you? Your general disposition to life is what attitude is. And it's important for everyone to understand that the world is evolving. Attitude has become very, very important. Attitude is indeed everything in life. If you're going to be successful in life or if you're going to be stagnated for a very long time, it's going to depend on your attitude. These days, I hear a lot of people say things like, with all my qualification, I've got doctorate degree, I've got 10 degrees and all of that. I went for a job interview, I wasn't called. That's because we have failed to understand that these days people hire for attitude and train for success. Now, like I said earlier, if you're going to be successful in life or if you're going to, be stagnated for a very long time, your attitude to life is going to be a determinant factor. And this is the same reason why a lot of people will tell you to begin to find ways to develop yourself. Because as you begin to develop yourself, you grow yourself, your attitude begins to evolve also. A lot of people today do not really care what you have on the outside. You might be a very pretty lady. You might wear the most expensive clothes and smell as nice as possible. They might not necessarily care about that fact. A lot of people want to know what is in you as an individual. How much have you grown yourself? Have you grown yourself to a point where you begin to realize that the world out there settles for attitude more than any other thing that you can offer? Now, this is not to say education is not important. This is not to say those qualifications are not important, because your attitude would be a byproduct of the education that you have acquired as well. But then again, it's important to understand that attitude comes first. Sometimes you're in an organization and you have given all that you think you could give to that organization, and it is time for them to, limit the number of staff they have. You're the first person they call out to leave the organization. Then when you leave, you begin to feel really, really bad and think that someone has done you something that is called injustice. You want to sit down and look at your attitude. A lot of people would give anything just to be with somebody that has a good attitude. What is attitude? I have told you, your general disposition to life. How do you look at people? What is your perception to life? How do you deal with circumstances? A lot of us have issues, anger problem. We have issues with the way we talk, communication, the way we look at people. Some of us are very condescending, and this all has to do with our attitude, our perception to life. And this is the same reason why I say your attitude is a general disposition to life. To grow a very great attitude, if you're in that place where you think your attitude is not yet where you want it to be, you have to begin to build yourself. You have to begin to develop yourself. Somebody sent me an email and said, Madam, you talk about personal development, how to build yourself. How do I build myself as an individual? I've told you, personal development is that investment that you make on yourself as an individual. What quality of human being do you want to be? Now, a lot of people do not care about the quality of persons they want to be with. They just care about the people. And sometimes desperation make us not to look at the quality of persons we are entangling ourselves with. And that is something that is very, very important. As you grow older, you want to be able to evaluate people and be sure of the people you are entangling yourself with. Now, if you grow yourself to a point where you are able to evaluate people you entangle yourself with, it will do you good. And as you grow yourself to be able to evaluate other people, you are able to first of all evaluate yourself. You ask yourself a question: if I were me, will I want to be friends with me? If I were me, will I want to be in a relationship with me? If I were me, will I be proud with me? These are questions that you ask yourself as you grow yourself. How do you grow yourself? You grow yourself by, reading books. The best thing you can do to grow yourself is to begin to find time to study. Pick up books. You may pick up motivational books. There are so many books. There are career books that can even help build you. But for me as an individual, I have done a lot with motivational books. I listen to podcasts, and I do a whole lot of things just to add value to myself. As an individual, you want to ask yourself today, what quality of person am I? Have I been able to grow myself to a stage where I can appreciate myself? Now, when you do that, as you begin to grow yourself, your attitude begins to evolve with you. You have to understand that the world is really evolving. What used to be very important 3 years back is different from what is important today. What is important today might not likely be what will be important in the next 3 years. You want to evolve with the world. You don't want to be laid back because you want to just sit back and be the person that you have always been. I hear a lot of people say, God created me that way. Now, to be very serious, I hate to use this word. That's one dumb thing to say. Now, when people try to help you develop yourself and try to help grow you, and you tell them, there's nothing I can do about myself because God created me that way. Do you know that when we give birth to children, we begin to nurture them and begin to teach them what to do the way we want to see them? We are doing this because we want to see better persons in the future. If you are going to allow a child stay that way because God brought that child to you that way, you will not be a good parent. And at the end of the day, you will not be proud of that child. Now, there is nothing in this world that can take life, growth, and success away from a person that has appointment with destiny like a bad attitude. You might be in a place where a lot of people have complained about your attitude. We have people like that around us. If you find yourself in that place where people complain so much about your attitude, you want to do everything that is within your powers to change your attitude, because if you're going to go far in life or not, it's going to be, determined by your attitude. Attitude in life is everything. The way we speak to people, the way we perceive other people, the way we look at people when they are poor and those who are rich, our level of objectivity, of perception in life comes all together to build our attitude. And for an individual, in order to change your attitude, you want to evolve with life. And how can you evolve with life? You want to develop yourself. You want to expand your horizon. And you can do this by studying, by listening to podcasts, by, making effort to be part of, like-minded people. Where do you want to see yourself? What is your focus about your life in the next few years? Where do you want to see yourself? What are your long-term goals, your short-term and medium-term goals? That will determine what you want to see in your life in a certain period of time. And that way you want to find a way to be part of like-minded, and cluster of persons, okay, that will help you grow to that person that you want to see, that person you are proud of. It's important to know, once again, I'm going to tell you that indeed attitude is everything. We have people like Peter Obi. We live in a country where people are very sentimental and people are very, material conscious. To see this number of Nigerians who will come out and pull resources together to vote one person into a leadership position, that is because that person has been able to prove that he has done well in the sight of his disposition to life that has to do with his attitude. People like Peter Obi is an example of what I can use here. I'm not here to sell out Peter Obi. I've never seen him. I don't know him from anywhere. I'm just using him as a case study. Talking about attitude, let's also talk about our late Yaradua. That is with the blessed memory right now. May his soul rest in peace. Yaradua was somebody who was able to prove to Nigeria or Nigerians that attitude is everything. There was a time he won an election and he thought that the process that brought him in was flawed. He had to take out time to build an electoral process that we are still enjoying to a very large extent today. I do believe that we are in a place where people do not really think that we've done well in terms of, the selections we have made in our electoral process. But then again, I want you to be reminded, or if you are so young, ask your parents about the late Yaradua. We are still talking about attitude. Attitude is really everything. If you're that person who does not think attitude means anything, you want to begin to consider it, because if you're going to be successful in life or not, it will have a lot to do with your attitude. Now, being successful is one thing, and being able to keep your success is another thing. You see, a lot of people have made success in life. A lot of people have created wealth in life, and they have not been able, or they were not able to keep their wealth. That has a lot to do with your attitude, your disposition to life. It encompasses everything in life. Attitude means a whole lot. And today I am here to encourage you. I'm not here to tell you how to behave. I am here to help you understand that indeed attitude is everything. And if you must build your attitude and get yourself to where you want to see yourself, depending on your focus in life, you must do everything that is within your power to begin to develop yourself. How do you develop yourself? You want to take your study seriously. You want to, study as much as possible. Try to listen to encouraging life stories. Try to listen to encouraging life documentaries. Do more than just the physical things that you do in life, because people who are, quality persons in life, quality human beings today, look at what you carry inwardly, not just what you carry outwardly. I like to encourage you to do whatever it is that you can to, improve on your attitude. Remember that attitude is indeed everything. These are not just phrases that are sweet in the mouths of motivational speakers. If you're going to find yourself in places where you want to find yourself, you must do something to improve your attitude. Do not forget that in today's world, people hire for attitude and then train for success. Thank you so much for being a part of my channel. I sincerely appreciate you. Should you like this video, kindly give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, make yourself a part of this upcoming community. I appreciate you a great deal. Thank you.